Hey y'all, it's Zeph, and I know I sound horrible. I want to explain, I want to apologize for what's going on. I just spent 5 days in Nashville, and I am from Illinois, and we have rules where you can't smoke in restaurants. There's no like smoking section, non-smoking section anymore. There's no smoking in public buildings. There's no smoking within like 15 or 20 feet of the entrance to a building. Like, we have very specific smoking regulations. In Tennessee, all those laws are completely thrown out the window, and as long as an establishment does not say do not smoke here, you can smoke here. There really isn't anything stopping you from smoking. So someone who has a lot of asthma, allergies, and a lot of like lung and bronchial issues, it's kind of hard to adjust to, so I'm paying for that. It's kind of kicking my fanny right now, but I'll be back and rolling in no time. I did also want to take a little second to point out the fact that I will not be making sub videos for you guys anymore. This is my last week as a sub. You'll no longer be seeing me every fourth Thursday, because you'll be catching me every Monday, because I am now a regular host, and I am so excited to be seeing you guys more often, and be talking to you guys, seeing what's up. Love reading all your comments. This also will be good because it'll be more of a push, since I will be shooting for this channel as well, to be posting to my own. I know I've been slacking on that. I'm be doing some running around today, and hopefully after I do this one, I can pump out one more and put it on my channel. So now, instead of seeing me every fourth Thursday on this channel regularly, and then subbing in, as needed, you'll be catching me every Monday, except for the week of sub week. So you get 3 instead of 1, with 3 weeks of me instead of 1, which I think is pretty great. I'm super excited about. I don't know what's going on with my hand. So today's topic, or this week's topic, is paganism in the workplace and our practice in the workplace. I would assume that I have a little different of a bringing into this as other people do. I can't necessarily say that because I'm not seeing people uploading this week. I don't know what's going on, but I am shooting this early Wednesday morning, so people could be going on with this, but whatever, I'll deal with it as it comes. So surprisingly enough, where a lot of people are more, I don't want to say, closeted at work, they're a little more worried about how people are going to take things, how it's going to affect their work life. The place I've probably been the most open about my practices and my beliefs have actually been at work. I have worked 2 places since really starting this journey. A restaurant I was working at before, and a place I am working at now. Working at the restaurant, it was very interesting. It's kind of when I started being out with things. I had someone who was very out of the 2 co-workers that were really big, that I really did truly madly come out to, and really it was this really small place, so the fact that 2 people knew, and they were the 2 people who were closest with me, that worked, that was enough. One of them was super supportive of it, and she'd ask questions, and she'd be curious how things were. Actually taught her how to ground, which helped her a lot with her anxiety issues, and it gave her something to calm down with. And she taught me what Florida water was. I'm living in the Midwest. Florida water isn't exactly a practice. It isn't something we do here normally. So, she's from Florida, and that's something her family did. But they were super Catholic and religious, and that was more of, or at least they were, she wasn't. But that was, something they used, traditionally how it was supposed to be used, kind of as a little cologne or a little spritz or something, that would make you smell good. The other coworker was a little younger, a little naive, a little I'm going to get in trouble for this one. She was the personification, she was the physical embodiment of the super lesbian, super LGBTQIA plus, whatever it's being expanded to at this point, side of Tumblr. She was that girl. And she's also very atheist, and she would ask me a question or 2 about what I believed, and then she'd call it horseshit, basically, and she would disrespect it. I remember one time she asked me to bring in a deck of my tarot cards. So so she could look at them, which is fine. Not a lot of people have access to them, or you'd have to go into a bookstore, they gotta be open, and some stores don't want them opened. I get that. So I have a set of what I call my show cards, which is what I will use when I'm around a ton of people, if there's a chance that I would have to be doing something in public with around a bunch of people, or the ones that people use if they just want to look at a deck. My show deck is the Rider-Waite deck. And then I have a series of other decks that I'll use for other reasons. My show deck will also be used in sit-down one-on-one settings or in smaller group settings, but I do tend to bring that one around. I've had it for the longest. I have a very strong connection to it, as well as it being the deck that everyone is so used to. And I remember she'd shuffle through them, and she asked me what they mean, and like she had me bring a book on them one day to look at her downtime. She could compare like what the cards said versus what they meant, so she wouldn't have to type them on their phone and waste time with that. And I did, and she'd go through it, and then she told me that it was all crazy talk and BS. So I stopped being on then, just because I think she was too... Her idea of diversity was her kind of diversity, and what made her diverse, not necessarily what made everyone else diverse. So that was that. Her and I are still good friends. It's just didn't work out that way. I work in a place now where, since more of the hoodoo and voodoo side of me has come out, surprisingly enough, I have something in my eye, excuse me, in Illinois, especially in my part of Illinois, there are not a lot of people who believe this kind of stuff, who are into that. I thankfully met a woman within like my first week or two of work who is the same way. She's a little older than me, and she guides me in ways. I guide her in ways, I guess. I kind of calm her down when she gets super heated and emotional, and she teaches me things, and we're able to bring things around. People have noticed our little quirks when we do things. When we get really stressed, we will start rubbing salt on ourselves, and considering I am still somewhat in the restaurant industry, it is not uncommon for me to run into the kitchen or the little waiter's stand or whatnot and just get a thing of salt, scrape off the top, dump some in my hand, and just start rubbing over. I have had to, on this woman during one of her freakouts, because she is going through some personal family issues, run to a kitchen, grab an egg, rub it all over her, physically walk her outside, and put the egg in her hand as she's like crying and can't handle anything, force her to throw it over her shoulder in the parking lot at a crossroad, and then just walk back in without looking, or else no one else will, and she will not think about it. Sorry, notification on my phone. So there's that. I found people to be a lot more accepting. I work with a group of younger people, relatively younger people, who, a bunch of them apparently, I studied Wicca when I was younger, or I was into that for a while, so even if they don't now, there is an openness to that. There's a lot of people who have questions about things. And I've never really come across negativity, I guess, towards it. I've never, at least in the workplace, come across not the word segregation or prejudice or what is persecution. I've not become persecuted by any means. In the workplace, there's some people who I guess who disagree with it, and then there are some people who find out that I know about numerology, and I at least will break down numbers, and that I know how to do the breakdown of numbers, and then they can do the research themselves on the numbers. People freak out, and they'll see me do it because I get bored, and I just do random friends' names or coworkers' names, or if I know their whole names, or family members, and they go, "Oh my god, let me do this!" So I'll do it for them. It's pretty cool. I've not really had any issues with it. There are definitely some people who disagree with me, but it is in such a respectful way. It's just, hey, it's not my thing. And then they kind of will walk away if it comes up in conversation with someone else, or they keep their mouth shut, I guess. I don't know. I've never felt intimidated at work about it, and I'm very thankful that I can say that, because not a lot of people can. So I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to make another video, hopefully get that one on my channel coming up, and I will be seeing you guys now starting Monday. Today's Thursday, so you guys will be seeing it Monday. I am so excited to be seeing you guys more, and I don't know, sorry this video is kind of all over the place. That is it. I will be seeing y'all later. Toodles!